Graduation isn't just the end of something, it actually is the beginning of everything. And it's that one rare moment in life when someone steps into the unknown, full of dreams and potential, but not actually knowing where he or she is going. And when you want to mark that very specific moment with a gift, it should mean more than just a congratulations, here's your diploma. It should say, this is your story now. This is the first day of the rest of your life. But what makes the perfect graduation gift? Obviously, in our industry, we think about jewelry, sometimes watches. But first, and before anything else, it should be timeless. Because in a world that is completely obsessed with trends and speed, there's always something deeply powerful about giving a gift that doesn't expire and marks a moment that is specific in time. We're talking about something that the person you're giving this gift to will still be in love with in 10, 20, even 30 years from today. It's something that will not be replaced and cannot be replaced because it doesn't need to be, but no pressure at all. For example, think about a gold chain they're never gonna take off. Or if you opt for a Dinvad cube collection, you'll enjoy even more with a tiny diamond that is encapsulated within the pendant. You can also think about a classic pair of simple studs that becomes part of the identity of the person. The Quillad heart studs, for example, offer a classic twist to brilliant-shaped diamonds. A mechanical watch is always a good idea because it marks the time, not just the hour, but the moment they became who they were and that degree they finally get in their pocket. Second, it should be personal. It can be a signet ring with an initial, a locket with a message that is engraved, or even an initial pendant. Roberto Coin, for example, has a whole collection dedicated to those. And we know that a piece passed down or something new that starts a legacy, like a letter pendant, always does the trick. Now third, it should last. And choose quality materials, solid gold, pearls, diamond, mechanical movements, stone that carry meaning. Graduation, normally it's a once-in-a-lifetime milestone, and your gift should carry the weight of that moment. And it's not necessarily about the price, but it's about permanence, a meaningful object that says, this was your moment, you made it, you're ready, you deserve it. And when you think about graduation gifts for boys or men, it doesn't necessarily mean a watch, because a piece of jewelry can actually do as much. Think about a silver bracelet with a horse and blue iconic open-link motif design, or even the classic tri-link ring in yellow gold. And if that's too much because you're not that rock and roll of a personal style, you can simply opt for a bracelet from Varnier or Walter's Faith. Black always works, whether it's onyx, titanium, silver, or gold. And because years from now, when the diploma is boxed away and the LinkedIn title has changed about 5 times, well, what stays is the timeless. What lasts is the emotional imprint of that gift. And even if you rumble and mumble and talk about that timelessness that we always love to use in order to depict a piece of jewelry or just a gift, what you're choosing as a graduation gift will remember this. Trends fade, timeless endure, and when done right, it says everything that words can't. I remember myself, the semester I graduated, I had already started working, not in the worst place in the world, because I was working for Harry Winston in the heart of New York City. And I got to learn everything about diamonds and high jewelry. And that very year, a new management was in place, and that's when they decided to launch the first so-called access jewelry collection that would only be available in platinum or yellow gold, because yes, Harry Winston would never use white gold. That being said, it was the Lily Cluster collection. To me, it symbolized not only my first platinum piece of jewelry, but it was a brand with a heritage, a name in the jewelry world, which meant craftsmanship, reputation, quality. And incidentally, it marked the end of a chapter. I was growing up from a teenager to a student, but from a student to a young adult. I was so proud, and I loved that ring so much that I remember staring at it before going to bed every single night, as if it was, and technically it was, the most precious thing I ever owned. And to this day, 14 years later, I still wear it and I still love it, which is why milestone deserve meaning, and timeless, even more today, is the true luxury that we're talking about.